Right. Good everyone. Welcome back. It is your favorite tutor, and today is your favorite tutor on physics. Okay, what I have on the board: conservation of mechanical energy. That is one of the type of what energy, mechanical energy, energy possessed by body by virtue of its what position or emotion. That is mechanical energy has two types: the potential energy and the what kinetic energy. The potential energy, energy possessed by body by virtue of its what position, while kinetic energy, energy possessed by body by virtue of its what motion. Both of them form the what mechanical what energy. And the conservation part of it is that energy is being what conserved. That means no energy loss and no energy what gain. All right, I'm going to use this for diagram to illustrate the conservation of what mechanical energy, just to prove the statement that energy remain the same from each point. Okay, look at this diagram very well. You can see this is the body. The body comes down to B and comes down to what C. At C, that's the ground level of it. So at point A, it has a maximum height, which is what H. Point B, point what C. Okay, let us observe these things and then we are going to work on it and then we'll see what we observe. Let's start from what A. At point A, okay, at point A, what do we observe? At point A, let me use this body as a what as a case study. So here's the body. I throw this body up. When you get to maximum height, the velocity there is what? Zero. Then it starts to come down and velocity starts to do what? Increase. Okay. When a body possesses velocity, it has what? Kinetic energy. And when a body possesses what? Height, it has what? Potential energy. So the body goes up. At point A, what do we observe? At maximum height, there is no velocity there. It can no longer go further. So at maximum height, the velocity right there is what? Zero. So what do we observe at point A? We observe that the velocity is equals to what? Zero, which means that there's no velocity, so there's no motion. Kinetic energy is equals to what? Zero. Okay. But the body possesses what? Height. Since the body possesses height, it has what? Potential energy. So what is the total energy right there? The total energy right there is equals to what? The potential energy. And the potential energy, that is the what? The gravitational potential energy, which is what? Mg what? H. The weight times the what? The height. Maximum height. Okay, let's go to what? Point B. Point B. Okay, point B, what do we observe? Now the body start to comes down, velocity will start to do what? Increase. And the height will start to do what? Decrease. Okay, let's go back. As the velocity increase coming down, the height do what? Decrease. It means that this body right here, the kinetic energy start to increase and the potential energy start to do what? Decrease. Okay, that means at point B right here, it has what? Kinetic energy. The body is in motion, and the body also possesses what? Height. It also have what? Potential energy. It has not got into the ground level, so you also have what? Potential energy. So at point B, the total energy right there is what? The potential energy plus what? Kinetic energy. It possesses the two type of energy in mechanical energy. Okay, the potential energy, what is the potential energy? Is mg what? X. That is the weight of the body and the what? The height from the ground level is what? X. The weight of the body and the height from ground level is what? X. And what is the what? Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is what? Half mv what? Square. Half mv square. So the velocity, let us attain the velocity. So v square using the what? Equation of motion, other word free fall. V square equals to what? U square plus what? 2 g h. Okay, u is equals to what? 0. That is the initial velocity from here, from point A to what? Point B. The initial velocity right here is what? 0, state of rest. Then point B, it has what? The final velocity, which is v squared. So the v squared is equals to what? 2g. And then what is the h? What is the h? H is the distance from point A to point B. Distance from point A to point B. To get the distance from point A to point B, I need to subtract h from what? I need to subtract x from h. So if I subtract x from h, I get the distance from A to what? B. So h is going to be what? H minus what? X. H minus x, that's the distance from what? Point A to what? Point B. So this is the what? The velocity. Since we have the velocity, we'll now substitute it into what? The kinetic energy. So therefore, the kinetic energy is equals to what? 1 all over 2 times the what? The mass times the what? The velocity, which is what? 2g brackets h minus what? X. Okay, in brackets. So these two, we cancel out these two, leaving what? The kinetic energy is equals to what? Is equals to mg bracket h minus what? X. All right, we have the kinetic energy. We also have the what? Potential energy. Okay, let us add them up together. So the total energy right there at point B is equals to what? The potential energy plus what? Kinetic energy. And what is the potential energy? Potential energy is what? Mg what? Let me space it out. The potential energy is what? Mg x y plus the what? Kinetic energy, which is what? Mg bracket h minus what? X. Okay, let us expand this kinetic energy. Let's expand it. So this is what? Mg what? X plus, what do we have here? This is what? Mgh minus mgx. So what do we have here? Mgx minus mgx, they cancel out. So one is positive, this one is negative, cancel out. So therefore the total energy right here is equals to what? Mg what? H. Okay. All right. So we see that at point A, the total energy is what? Mgh. At point B, the total energy is also what? Mgh. Energy is being what? Conserved. No energy loss, no energy gain. So let us go to point C. At point C. Point C, what do we observe? What do we observe? You throw a body up, the body start to come down, velocity start to what? Increase, and the height start to do what? Decrease. It increase in what? Kinetic energy and decrease in what? Potential energy. And the body is going to hit the ground with what? A velocity. So right here we have the what? The initial velocity. Right here we have the what? Final velocity. So at this point, at point C, it has what? Velocity. Since it has velocity, it possesses what? Kinetic energy. And there is no height right here. So since there is no height, height is what? 0. It means that there is no potential. The potential energy is what? 0. So therefore, the total energy right here is equals to the kinetic energy. And what is the kinetic energy? The kinetic energy is half mv what? Square. All right. Let's look for the velocity. Velocity is what? Plus 2g what? H. Okay. U at point A, the starting velocity, u is equals to what? 0 is equals to 0. Okay. So therefore, this is what? V square equals to what? 2gh. All right. U is 0 and it falls down from here, this place, to what? C. That is the distance. So therefore, It gives the distance from A to C is what? H. So that's what we have here. So we have what? The velocity. We'll now equate it in a what? Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equals to what? 1 over 2 m v square. V square is what? So this is what? Times 2g what? H. 2 is going to cancel out 2. So we have the what? The total energy. The total energy as what? mgh. mgh. You can see that at point A, the total energy is mgh. Point B, total energy is mgh. Point C, total energy is what? mgh. Energy is being what? Conserved. The mechanical energy is conserved. No energy loss, no energy gain. All right. You can take your time to pause the video and then take a good look at it. I remain your favorite tutor. Please subscribe and God bless you. Thank you.